Hi, I'm Dana, and this week's question comes from Christina, and she writes, "We have trouble getting our 3-month-old to take good naps. Once we get him down, he only sleeps for 30 minutes. It doesn't matter if he sleeps in our arms, or the crib, or the car. I think he's waking up when he hits the light sleep stage of his cycle. Any advice?" You're right. That's exactly what's happening, Christina. And, you know, when you think about sleep, if you look at it sort of from an evolutionary perspective, when we sleep, we need to at least be marginally aware of our environment. When we sleep, it's not like the steel door slams shut and nothing can get in. It's a very thin veil, and we need it because, if we had to protect our families from predators, we needed to at least be on some level aware of what was going on in our environment. So, when you have a baby who you, let's say, rock to sleep, even if you rock him into the deep stage of his sleep and then transfer him to the crib, chances are he's going to either wake as soon as you move him and wonder, hey, what's going on here? How come I'm not in your arms anymore? Or will wake at the 30 to 45 minute mark. And you're exactly right. That's really a light stage in their cycle. A baby's sleep cycle is roughly 45 minutes long. So at the end of the cycle, there's a momentary wake up, and hopefully it's so quick and brief that it's just a fluttering of the eyes and back into another cycle. But if, let's say, he was in your arms and now he's not, he will know that that's not the case anymore and wake up fully, wondering, where am I? Where's mommy? Why aren't I in your arms anymore? And most babies who wake up in a new location wake up alarmed. I mean, it makes sense when you think about it. Imagine if you woke up, you went to sleep in your bed and woke up in the bathtub. It would be a very alarming feeling, and you'd probably wake up quite startled. And so if you're watching babies, they wake up, they sort of, if they can sit or stand, they fly to that position almost instantly and cry. I mean, A, he's not done his nap yet, it's not been long enough, and B, the whole environment has changed and he's wondering why. So the only way to encourage a long nap is to let your baby fall asleep in the same place he's going to wake up, okay? And help him learn the skills he needs for falling asleep on his own. Again, if you hold the soother in a baby's mouth until he falls asleep, chances are when he comes to that light part of his cycle, he's going to wake up because the soother's no longer there. And then you'll have to go in and put the soother back in, and maybe he goes back to sleep, and maybe he doesn't. So the key to a successful nap is getting a baby to learn how to do it independently. What are the skills involved in getting yourself to sleep? Then if there is a little wake up at the 45-minute mark, he should be able to handle it. It should be so brief that he just goes right into his next cycle and the nap starts turning into an hour and a half as opposed to 45 minutes. So those are your two goals, Christina. First, you want to get him to sleep in the same place that he wakes up and learn how to do this on his own, so he's falling asleep on his own. Now, you're probably wondering, well, how am I going to do that? Well, you can, do a routine and put him down and either do a leave-and-check style, or you can stay in the room. You can do some careful touching if it helps to rub his back, or shush a little, or sometimes humming helps. You can help there to sort of ease him into the journey, but you really want to be careful that you don't incorporate too much external stuff into his routine. So, for example, if you pat his back until he falls asleep, well, maybe now you've got to go in there and pat his back every time he wakes up. So you really want him to kind of put the pieces together and figure out how to do this on his own. You can be supportive while he figures out what those skills are, but like I said, be really careful you don't create a new prop, change one prop for another. Okay, so the good news is he'll become a great napper, and he'll definitely sleep a lot longer than he is. So that's your goal, and it's a great day when you get there, so it's worth the work. Thanks for your question, Christina. Sleep well.